Hi, I felt I needed to talk about selling on eBay because I've been selling on eBay for a long time, and I've noticed, particularly 3 weeks ago, sales just stopped, completely died. Um, I do antiques and collectibles, and we had about 520 listings on eBay, and we should be selling more. We had a week where I think we done one sale in 7 days. We promote our listings highly, we pay eBay loads of money, and we should be up the top. I started searching my items, some of them wasn't coming up the top, I was paying high. I was specifically searching for my item and it still wasn't coming up the top. One of them was about 3 or 4 pages in and it's at their new suggested rate. So I tried lots of different things to see why my items were not coming up the top. I spoke to eBay about 3-4 times. I said someone's just turned off a switch. So anyway, I've organised an auction local to me. I'll keep this brief, but I think sellers should look at things a little bit more on eBay. I've organised an auction local to me. I've rented the local village hall. We're going to hold a no reserve sale tomorrow, and so I've taken all my listings off eBay, absolutely everything bar the items that are not antique or collectible. So out of 520 listings we had, I think I've ended them all, so we've got about 150 left. I'm still selling. Now, I found this with Marketplace. I could have 2 items on there, or I could have 200 items on there, and I'd still seem to get the same inquiries and the same, is it still available? So it made me think, are the algorithms giving you so much exposure, but they are almost preventing you also at the same time earning more money? Now it's hard, and it's what I've learned from this is not to put all my eggs in one basket, not to literally just sell on eBay. You've got to do different things. You can't survive unless you bow down to eBay, give them lots of money, and I think there's more behind it than what we know. So I've got 150 listings on there. I have sold the last 6 items I've sold in the last 2-3 days. The 19th I turned all my listings off, ended them all. Since the 19th, it's now the 23rd, I have had 6 or 7 sales, but every single one of those have been items that I've had in stock for probably more than 6 months. They've never had an interest, they've never had any offers. It was just stuff I was going to take to a boot sale. But 6 of those, I've just checked, 6 of those items, all one after the other. So is the same happening on eBay that I think is happening on Marketplace? You've got 200 listings or 150 listings, or you've got 600-700 listings, but I'm still selling a very similar amount. And why are my listings now that haven't had any interest for God knows how long suddenly surfacing and getting to the top and people are buying them? So I think you've got to look at what you're doing on eBay, and I think if I put 1,000 items on, I don't think I'd sell any more. I know that sounds crazy, but only until you've experienced what I have over the last week can you start to work things out and see what's happening. And I don't know what's happening, but it's just very, very strange that I noticed this on Marketplace. I had 2 items on there, I had 1 or 2 inquiries. I put 200 items on there. I should be getting 10 to 15, 20 inquiries a day. I wasn't, I was still getting 1 or 2. So it didn't matter on the quantity of listings that were on Marketplace. So what's happening? I don't know. Maybe you can comment in the comments, and are the algorithms not working? Are the algorithms doing what they want them to do? Because it's like they're restricting your income, and it's been very, very quiet lately. And if you look on the eBay community, there's several posts that a lot of sellers are saying the same thing. But you should have so much more, so many more sales if you've got so many more items, but it doesn't seem the case. And now I'm selling all the stuff that I've had for months because that's the only items I've got on there. So are they only giving you so much exposure? I don't know. Maybe they don't know, or they don't know why it's working like this or how it's working for sellers. So I've been looking down other avenues. I've been looking at going onto different platforms. There are other platforms out there for what I do that have got lots and lots of registered members and trade sites, and I'm very, very close to going onto one of them and cutting eBay out totally, or maybe just putting the rubbish that I want to clear on eBay, and then it's a secondary income. So you're not, again, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. But it's very, very strange to me why I'm now selling all the old. I didn't want to sell anything this week. I've got too much work going on. So I just left anything that had been there ages, wasn't antique or collectible, and left it on eBay. And I'm still selling, but I'm selling all the old items. Maybe someone can tell me why. But there's something going on eBay that's either preventing sales or only letting you do so much on eBay that a lot of your listings are just not getting seen on eBay. And I had a just for instance, a British Airways old vintage suitcase. It had the British Airways stamp on it. I searched everything to try and get that to come up, including almost the whole title, and it was still 3-4 pages back, and it's on their suggested rate. So I don't understand why they want to restrict your sales. So I can't answer the question whether this is right or not, because obviously it's less money for them if they. But I don't feel that if you have more listings on, it's going to give you more sales. Now, a lot of the stuff I do, there's not many of on eBay because I search for unusual stuff, rare stuff. So if someone searches for one of those items, mine should come up the top, but it's not. And I really don't understand what is happening and why it doesn't seem to matter how many listings you've got on eBay, you still sell the same thing. And I'll go back to the last 6 items I've sold in the last 2-3 days. In 6 months, I've not had one single inquiry on. I've not had one single offer on. They've had very limited views. But now suddenly, I've ended all my other listings. They're coming up the top, and that shouldn't be the case. It should be that however much you put on, if you promote it high enough, that it is visible. So to me, it seems like something is restricting the sales. So I don't know what it is, and I'm considering, as I say, going onto a different platform after this auction tomorrow, and pretty much starting again because eBay is not very good at the moment, and I'm not the only person saying it. Please feel free to comment in the bottom. I don't do live videos. I'm not a public speaker. It's not the most high-tech video, I do apologise, but I just felt that what I've seen, I want others to look at, and maybe you might see the same thing, I don't know, or maybe you might have some answers, or maybe even eBay will see this and look into it. So yeah, it'd be good to see what people say in the comments. So I hope this is of some help to you, or at least gets you thinking that you've got to look into your sales and your stock and what's showing and what's not. And why have I sold loads of items I've never had any interest on in the last few days? I don't know. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you say anyway. Thank you.